Howdy pals, welcome to a brand new video. As most of you know, I'm in band and I'm kind of in love with it. In band there's the marching band and then there's color guard. And there's a lot of hate about color guard, so I'm here to correct the record. I play the alto saxophone, also known as the sexiest instrument on the planet. I've been playing for about 5 years now. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. I was also a cheerleader and dancer, so performance was kind of in my soul, I guess you could say. And my cousin did guard in high school and college. I thought that was so cool that she got to get out in front of all those people and just have fun. When I got to middle school, I started playing saxophone and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but high school rolled around and I decided to do guard for my first year. I loved it. It let me perform and express myself. Football games, they're one of my favorite things to do ever. It's so great. I'd always thought about marching sax, but I wasn't 100% sure just because I loved doing guard so much. But the end of the school year rolled around and the directors announced that we would be having a Bruno Mars show. First of all, I called that in September of last year. I was like, hey, a Bruno Mars show, we're gonna do it. So I called it. And second, they announced that we were gonna have a really big band. We were gonna get like 30 new members. So we have a huge band this year, and they also announced that there was going to be 8 saxophones. So at that moment, I was like, yes, I'm going to march sax. So I did. This is my first year marching, and I'm a section leader, so I think I'm uniquely qualified to judge band or guard. Band and guard members both have to march in time to the music being played. Technique is a little different between the two. Regular marching involves rolling your feet, normally in an 8-to-5 stride, which is when you take 8 steps to travel 5 yards. In guard, you just kind of more walk in time. I actually got yelled at quite a few times for rolling my feet too much, because I was just trying to be so good. Oh my god. Guard and band members learn drill and how to hit their spots directly at a certain time. While band drill might be a little bit more difficult, guard is still tough. You have to use your peripheral vision in both, because if you're not in line with the people around you, it looks horrible. Band and guard are incredibly difficult. You put in so many hours just to do a 6-7 minute show. It's one of the greatest feelings stepping out on the field and having the crowd sing along to your show. Here are a couple misconceptions about band. You just walk and play music. This is really wrong, like really wrong. In a show, you have to play your music loud with a clean sound. If not, it sounds muddled and you get points taken off. You have to hit your drill. If you don't, the whole band looks off. If one person's off, everyone's wrong. So in some songs you have choreography, like horn movements or dorky dancing, as seen here.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
You have to make sure your marching technique is right. You're rolling your feet. When you're back marching, you're on your toes, not on your heels. Not to mention crossing on the 50, lateral slides, boxes, horn placement, hitting the corners and follow the leader. Honestly, I could go on forever. Band's not easy, okay? You don't have to play, you just march. Not true. Lower in the sections, maybe. But I think that everyone should have to play as loud as they can and as much as they can because, you know, the more people, the better it sounds. You don't have to have your music memorized. Unless you're using flip folders, you have to have every single note, every single rest of your music memorized. At football games, you get a break when you're in the stands. No. It's even crazier in the stands than it is out on the field. I mean, you play, you dance, you sing. I mean, it's wild. And here are some misconceptions about guard. Guard's easy. I can't tell you how many people think guard is easy. You still march, and you're throwing around a 6-foot pole and or a wooden rifle. You have to make sure the routine's in time, you have to try not to hit anyone. Don't even get me started on making sure you don't drop during a show. Guard doesn't work hard. Guard practices are as long, if not longer, than band practices. If it rains, the band goes in the band room and plays music and has a good time. But the guard has to find some spot in the school, because they can't use the gym, and do their routine, which is still physically demanding, and it gets very boring very easily. Guard doesn't hurt. I can't tell you how many times I've hit myself with my flag or my rifle. I actually broke my pointer finger on my rifle trying to catch a 6, which I don't even know if I can do that anymore. Maybe. And last but not least, guard is unnecessary. It has visuals, sure, but guard adds a beautiful and graceful visual aspect to the show. Guard is judged separately than the rest of the band, probably because it's so different. Also, have you ever watched a DCI level guard or a WGR guard? It's incredible. Now here comes the big question. Which is harder? Now, my judgment might be a little impaired. Last year's show was 5 short songs. Our drill was relatively simple. We did flag, rifle, and dance in the span of a 10-minute show. This year we have 3 long songs, and my drill is relatively harder than my drill last year. During band camp, guard members have to learn their drill and routine in the span of about 2 weeks, while band members usually come in already knowing their music and just have to learn drill. In my experience, band is more difficult. It's more physically demanding, as in you play as loud as you can and you get out of breath easily, and your drill is normally harder than guard. Guard still tires you out, but drill usually just outlines the band to make formations look bigger. Just because band is harder does not mean guard is easy. They're hard, but in different ways. A band member might play the same 4 measures while speed marching across a field, while a guard member has to toss a 6 on rifle while moving over 8-yard lines. Band has changed my life so much, and it makes me so upset when I see band members and guard members arguing over which is harder. It shouldn't matter. We're a family. We win and lose together. If you don't believe me when I say band brings people together, ask a graduating band member what they're going to miss the most from high school. I guarantee you their answer is going to be band. That was my video about band. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I am very, very passionate about this topic, so if you have an opinion, leave in the comments. If you have any video suggestions, drop them down in the comments and I'll add them to my list. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave you here with some out of context footage. My neighbors think I'm really weird.